Streaming. Okay, we are officially rolling. So anything you say from this point is gonna be in the Library of Congress forever.
Yep.
Oh man,
roll it out.
Get your F-bombs. Get your F-bombs.
I mean, I can't be the only reason that this stream is not rated for kids.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. I don't know. Crikey's character specifically is gonna have some pretty dark shit going on. So
there's gonna be some things.
It's gonna bring its own rated R.
I hope that like that all gets conveyed in the intro.
It worked for me. I mean, it set the tone very clearly. Davey, hello.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Are you there?
He's updating.
Are your audio drivers updating?
Mm-hmm.
Who's updating?
Oh, there it is.
He's
Your
alive.
hamster got back on the wheel.
Hey.
Yay.
All right, crank that to 200.
You sound like
you
you're
are even softer than usual.
in a tin can.
Oh, I was using like newer headphones that I hoped were better.
They're very like muffled and kind of tinny.
Yeah, very two cans at the end of a string kind of a situation here.
Okay.
You weren't here for it, but by the way, Daniel's streaming everything into an unlisted YouTube video, so you'll be able to hear it all back later in all its glory.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So no one use real names.
Exactly.
Do we even? Well, yeah. I think Tim, you're the only one that we use. Well, you guys call me Daniel. I mean,
It could have been a
Just
fake
out me
identity.
like-
No one knew.
Just outed me like that. Oh.
I am going to change out my headphones.
Oh wait,
just
I
about-
cast Gift of Gab. We talked about this. You guys can't see it, but the T-shirt I'm wearing says NPC on it. But
Nice.
I'll show the camera, and you can see it later when you rewatch this for the third time.
All right, I gotta get my volume controls ready because I don't know what everybody did for their recordings, Tim. So I gotta be ready to make it really loud if I need it.
Yeah. So I was telling Gray this earlier, but just this session in particular is very audio focused. So keep your fingers on the triggers. In your global volume controls in Foundry, just focus on the playlist volume.
Okay.
Nothing else is going to be important today.
Thank you. I like that. I like knowing where I need to focus.
Yeah.
Global volume.
Playlist.
Is that going to be playlist there?
Playlist, yeah.
I see.
Well done, you found it.
That one
You're gonna
we wanna
go far.
Put up there. All right.
Because
So that's what a slider looks like.
Yep. So, because basically I have every audio track loaded at 100% volume, like the source.
Whoa.
So the source is 100% volume, and then you guys control the volume that you hear it at, if that makes sense. Oh, Davey,
Oh man, I got snacks.
I think your voice sounds a lot better. Can you speak again?
I can speak again.
Oh,
You sound wonderful.
Ooh, that's good. That's really good.
These are my old, crappy, falling apart headphones that everybody always complains that I use.
So like,
Man, wait till you hear the other one.
100% volume.
yeah, the other
Sometimes
one.
these are the besties.
The other one was like a
Okay.
LaCroix of your voice or something.
Croy, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I said we'd
Let
try
me
to.
let me make sure that my volume is actually working. Is there supposed to be background music right now?
There is.
Yes.
Okay, then it's already not working. I got the playlist turned up. What am I missing here? It's
Is your browser muted? Like,
I made sure that it wasn't.
is your tab muted? Like the tab, because you can. I know in Chrome and Firefox you can individually mute those.
I'm wondering if it's something to do with the fact that I'm using headphones.
It might be, Tim. One thing I had to do to get that working with Forge is I had to change my audio device on my Windows PC, and then I had to restart Forge with that setting, and then Forge preferred that setting.
Okay, I'll be back.
Try that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll probably just post an ad over this first 10 minutes. I'll get my 2 pennies of monetization.
Well, but it's not listed, so...
It's not listed, that's true. Nobody's seeing this. Speaking of that, I never planned to make this public, but how comfortable are you guys with, like, if I had a select few close friends that I wanted to share the game with? How comfortable are you with being known that way?
I mean, you know what? Max 100 people.
It's
Let's be honest. I mean,
would-
you said
boy.
select few friends. Like,
It would-
that's not 1,000 people.
That's-
Like,
No, it's like I have a couple buddies that like we talk D&D
yeah,
stuff
by all
together.
means.
Okay, it would have to be unanimous, so I want to hear from everybody.
I'm good with it.
Okay,
So,
Well, only if I can get
I mean,
volume to work.
Gray, go ahead.
so far my character hasn't gotten up to too much mischief, so I'm good for now.
Awesome.
might need to switch to the pay-per-view.
It is YouTube Red now.
Tim, how about you? How comfortable are you with like if I were to share these videos with like a few friends that I talk D&D with?
No problems. Loud and proud.
Cool,
You know,
awesome.
that's
No,
just
wait a
how
minute,
it is. Get it out there.
Just to be clear, so the whole table's good.
All tables good.
I'm
sounds like.
assuming this permission is then given to each of the players.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are free
I
to.
didn't sign up for that.
Hey.
Adam knows a lot more people than you do, Gray. That's
All right. What's up, guys? Daniel, D and Daniel right here, coming at you Tuesday night. Suplex that like button.
I changed my mind. I'm embarrassed of this now.
yeah. I'd like to change my consent.
Armageddon that subscribe button.
Hit the smash down subscribe button.
Trail of Tears that bell, and then we'll see you every.
Man.
I regret that. I retract that.
Oregon Trail that bell.
Okay.
Oregon Trail the bell. Okay.
And tell her
Oh no,
party to
someone's
join
dying
us.
of dysentery now.
Well,
The only way I can
That's-
get the sound to work is if it's coming through my laptop and not through my headphones.
really.
I wonder if it's the headphones, the type of headphones.
Is that what's going on right now? Are you listening to it through your laptop?
I'm listening to my through my laptop. Can you hear it?
No, I can't actually.
Okay, good.
Because yeah, as long as that's the case and it's not coming back through your mic, then we should be fine. Yeah, sweet.
All right.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for your consent on that. I'm very proud to share you all and show you off to other people because you guys are great.
Oh, you don't know me very well yet, so we'll see if that lasts.
It's also kind of vain, you know. I like myself and I like to show myself off.
Yeah,
So.
I like myself. As
Well,
well,
and-
you know, that's good.
Think of it this way: I'm the only one with like my camera feed on the stream, so
That's true. Your face is out there for all to see, for better
it's
or
out
worse.
there. It is out there. Okay. Well,
The
got
real
some-
question is, are you wearing pants in case you have to stand up?
See,
take a
question.
wild guess.
definitely
For
not.
those of you who tune in later,
The last
find
time.
out.
I don't know. So I'm normally wearing pants these days. It just happens to be that today I am not.
I've been really good in the past about wearing pants.
I think it's because I subconsciously knew that Davey, you were gonna be here, and I couldn't let you down. So,
I mean, that's the Daniel I roomed with, alright?
Daniel I roomed with.
oh, what a sleaze bag that dude was. Okay, are we ready to get started?
Yep.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. Okay.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay, so just as a preface, I'm going to start with a bit of a kind of stylistic prologue it's like a couple minutes long, and the thought of this is it's kind of a reference to the Greek invocation of the muse, and it will kind of channel the mood of the story, hopefully, and also kind of point towards the themes of prophecy and you guys being fated to do certain things. And also keep an ear out for the voice, for one, because you'll hear it again soon.
Ooh.
Anyway, I'm going to
Jeez.
transition the scene so everybody have your volume where you can hear, and just sit back for a moment. Can everybody see the background?
Yes.
I can see the background.
Okay.
I'm not hearing anything yet.
Nope, you shouldn't. Shut up.
Okay.
Smoke is silent. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Okay, be quiet. Speak, memory. Speak and tell us the tale of saviors, of heroes, of champions. Speak of the Odyssey of the Dragonlords and tell us their tale once again. Speak of the gifted ones who resurrected the ancient order and forged it anew in their image. Speak of the doomed one who defied destined death and faced their mortal enemy for the fate of the world. Speak of the vanished one who discovered their lost lineage and reclaimed their title as Dragonlord. O muse of memories long past, speak of Thelia, speak of her time of crisis and her hour of salvation. Speak, O memory, and tell us this tale once more in our time. Could everybody hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have goosebumps, so yes.
Good. Okay. I'm glad you like that. All right. On to the next. All right. So you're gonna see just a blank background here initially. That is intentional, and that's going to change as we introduce our first prophesied hero, Falben the Doomed One. And I'm going to move into Falben's prologue.
Tired. So tired. This last job had been one of his largest yet, and it meant days without sleep. Just a bit further. One step, then the next. Falben knew that he needed to put more distance between him and his last location. The darkness was growing closer. I could feel it, like a cool breeze heralding a storm. Surely, this was far enough. He approached a small cave outside town and began to pitch camp. His body yearned for the sweet release of sleep. Not yet. I need the traps. He toiled away for another hour before his various tripwires and traps had been set. These should alert him if anyone tried to approach while he slept. He climbed into his bedroll and immediately entered sleep. It was early morning, and as Falben drew his blades, he recognized the courier of the Oracle. "Hold, Falben! I bring a summons from the Oracle!" shouted the courier, staring at the ground, careful not to make eye contact. Falben took the message and muttered thanks while the courier scurried away as quickly as her feet would carry her. As Falben unfurled the summons and read them, he whispered, "So, it finally begins."
Isn't that great?
That Falburn, no.
That Falburn. Can we get like a little round of applause for Crikey and
That's
Falben's
the
intro?
storyteller voices I used to remember. As a kid, he used to read to me like that.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Thank you for putting in the work and recording that. I really appreciate it. Next, we're gonna do more of a like physical character descriptions and stuff later in the session. This is just like to introduce kind of the theme of your characters. So for our next one, we will move to Magus, the gift.
I have physical descriptions of mine.
That's okay. That is totally fine. We will hear them a second time.
And mine isn't recorded, so I'm just winging this.
Yeah, so Gray is going to be doing a live rendition. But so is Davey for your character Shade. So that's going to be great. So Magus, whenever you're ready, I will kick the music off.
I think I'm ready.
Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Behind the Grand Academy of Mytros, just before the landscape rises to meet the steep slopes of Mount Vulcan, there is a short, wooded area. And today, in one of the clearings right next to the cliff face, there's gathering a small crowd of new students to the academy, new acolytes. And they're a little bit confused as they gather here, but they've been told to come here if they need help with magic studies and also getting used to the academy. But there's no one here. But as the last of them arrives, they hear a voice from above them, shouting, "Students of the academy, your attention please!" And as they look up, they see 150 feet up the cliff face, standing on a ledge, is a tall male elf. He is slim with a somewhat athletic build, wearing a simple Greek chiton of white with violet trim pinned at one shoulder, and he has an intricate woven leather bracer above his left bicep. He has flowing brown hair that comes past his shoulders with a small tuft on his chin, an angular face, olive skin, piercing green eyes, and the mischievous smile of someone seeking to squeeze every ounce of joy they can from life. And as the last of the students glances up, he gives a grin and then leaps from the cliff face, plummeting to the rocks in front of the students below. And as he falls, at the last moment, he does a tuck and roll, and with some rapid hand motions and a quick incantation, his fall slows to a drift. And as his feet alight on the ground, the air behind him explodes in a shower of sparks and glowing sigils. This is Magus, known as Lampros the Brilliant, but also as Bromius the Boisterous. And as I look out at the stunned faces of the students, I say to them, the first thing that you must always remember is that magic is awesome! And from my outstretched arms, a burst of fire blooms and spirals and evaporates above their heads. Through all of the late nights of study, through all of the frustration and failed spellcasting, remember that we are learning how to make the weave dance! And that is spectacular! Now, who's ready to learn some magic?
Oh, sorry, that cut off so quick. I forgot to do a fade out. Fucking bravo.
Snap.
Very nice. Very nice.
Amazing.
I want to learn magic!
Are you picking students?
Okay, and because we had a conversation earlier about this, only just earlier, we are going to kind of role play out, just very briefly, the So students are clapping. You have people shouting with their hands up, I want to learn magic. And then
I want to learn magic. I want to learn magic.
I have support from you guys. Thanks. Through the crowd, pushing through the crowd, you see a kind of a shock of blue in a priestly robe. And a young woman is pushing her way through the crowd with her hand up with a scroll in hand. And she pushes through and finally breaks to the front of the crowd and approaches, gives you like a light curtsy.
I do a small bow in return.
Okay. She says, Master Magus, the Oracle requests your presence kindly.
Well then. I am not a master yet. But, unfortunately, students, after that display, I hope you retained your enthusiasm, but it seems that I have business that I have to attend to. One does not turn down an invitation from the Oracle. Tell you what, if you could meet with Theo of the Academy, I'm sure that he will be able to keep you updated on your studies, and I will take the summons.
Yeah, you take the summons, you unroll it. It says to meet in a week's time at the Sour Vintage Inn to the north.
Sour Vintage Inn, to the north. Do I know where that is?
Yeah, it's kind of along a roadside, and like you can easily get directions. You probably don't know exactly where it is, but it's not going to be hard to find.
Then I will need to get my stuff together, and I think as I'm leaving the city, I'll stop by and pay a visit to Lissa and Rhoda, and just let them know that hey, I'm headed up to I believe it's around Astoria.
Who are Lissa and Rhoda?
That would be my younger sister and my maternal grandmother.
Oh, yeah, easy.
And they're in the city.
They're in the city proper. Okay. Yeah, you go and tell them the news. You have plenty of time to pack your stuff up and make the journey north. Was there anything else you wanted to cover at this point?
Not at this point, no.
Okay, awesome. In that case, we'll move over to Shade, the Vanished One. And we're going to
Let's see
do...
if I can do justice to the voice after that.
Yeah, that was really something. But that's okay. We're going to do... we're going to do our own thing. Let me open up my notes that I have for this bit, because this is going to be a back and forth.
Ooh.
A little. Not a lot, just a little. On my part, at least. Okay, so I will kind of start with like I'll set the scene with a bit of an intro, and then you'll know when to start talking. Just outside the towering walls of the city of Arisia, we see a merchant square bustling with activity. A figure enters a fine crimson red tent and sits down across from a man at a desk. The man is wearing a flowing tunic affixed at the shoulders with ornately crafted brooches. He looks up from a mountain of paperwork to meet the gaze of the figure that's just sat across from him, and he says, "What's your name?"
My name is Shade, and I'm a member of the Iron Sentinels.
You ever done this kind of thing before, guarding caravans?
Yes, several times. In my months of membership, I have guarded 4 caravans between Mytros and Astoria, and 2 caravans between Astoria and Arisia, and 4 smaller merchant routes to other lesser towns, such.
Oh, I see. What kind of skills you got with a weapon?
Well, my main weapon is, a weapon of choice at least, is a glaive, but I'm proficient with most weapons, swords, spears. I can use shields at times, but I prefer to use 2-handed heavy weapons.
Sound like a right bruiser then. What's with the cat look? Never seen that before. You dangerous to my men.
No. I realize that my appearance can often cause others to be uncomfortable around me or even suspicious of me, but I can assure you that I have no nefarious curses or heinous secrets that would impede your business or our business together. I'm merely a man with an uncommon physique in these lands, and I can be sure to carry my own weight. As you can tell, I have a bit of it in any venture that you would employ me in.
Well, that's good enough for me then. I think we can do business. Now, on the matter of payment, I'm afraid, and he's cut off as the door to the tent quickly parts, revealing a young woman in a blue priestly robe, and she bows to you and says, "Me sinhriti, Shade, pardon me. The Oracle requests your presence at a gathering in the Heartlands. You are to meet her friend, a traveling poet, for further instructions." And before you can respond, she hands you the missive, bows, and leaves the tent.
Shade is a little taken back at this, the fact that it was addressed to him. Like, I was only listening to the first half of that. I thought she was talking to you. Very well. It seems I have a prior engagement, so I apologize for wasting your time. I will take my leave.
It's fine. Probably for the best. Good luck with all the Oracle nonsense. And he just goes back to his paperwork. So, all right. Shade, everybody.
Well done. Well done.
Shade.
That cat guy.
That cat guy. What?
Meow.
What that? What,
No.
what that?
More
cat?
like
Ah, great. Not only is he gonna kill me, but he's a weeb.
Based on what I know about Shade so far, he's most certainly not a weeb. All right. So, last and certainly not least, we introduce Theo, the Gifted One. And Theo has been so kind as to record a intro of their own, and it's quite nice. So I will play that now. Please enjoy.
On the southern part of the Eurasia Peninsula, in a forest, a young man hunts for food with his old friend at his side. Another fine day, eh, Rue? It's days like this that remind me of the forests of Themas, before the Death Cult ruined everything, that is. That was 13 years ago today. Did you know that? That means you're 15 now. Seems like yesterday and a lifetime ago at the same time. Amazing how our perception of time can change so easily. Who would have thought that I would become known as Theo the Inventor? I wonder what Mom would say if she were here now. I don't think the others would have cared one way or the other. All they wanted was a female warrior, and what they got was a useless male inventor in their eyes. Well, look at me now. Well respected, known for my work throughout the land. I do wish Mom was here to see, though. Rue, you see that? The big one, up there. Go get him. Well done! I've been looking for that one for a while. That completes my collection. You've now killed at least one of every bird in these woods. Now that I think about it, that's kind of sad. Well, at least they didn't go to waste. A man has to eat, after all. Let's go, Rue. Who's there? I am a messenger. I have a message for Theo, the inventor. Are you him? I am. Then this is for you. How did he find me? In the middle of the forest? What is this letter? Well, Looks like we get to meet the Oracle, Rue. I wonder what kind of birds they have there.
So great.
He
Love
must
the
be
use.
protected at all costs.
Yeah. Let's hand for Theo. Yeah.
Wow.
Aren't the sound effects impressive? Like, you did such a good job, like, sourcing
That was
that.
pretty great.
One of those sound effects is actually one I made. It's the one where he's hunting with Rue, and it does like the little like ranged attack with its tail. I made that. So
I had to fit that in there somehow. Once you sent it to me, I was like, this has to go in.
it was amazing because I sent that to you, and like an hour later, you sent me the audio for this, like the whole thing done. I could not believe it. And I knew you hadn't been working on it that long because there was something that I had just given you that was in it.
I was like just writing it when you sent me that. And I was like, oh, all right,
so
we'll
good.
put that in there.
So good. I swear I've listened to both of those that you guys recorded like a dozen times. I love them so much. They are an amazing party present for me. Great. I thought that was lovely for all of you. Okay, so we're not quite done with the prologue. Actually, no, yeah, we have one last bit, and this I think I mentioned to some of you. One thing I would like to do on occasion, sparingly, is to let you guys kind of see behind the curtain and see kind of what the bad guys are up to, because they're in very lofty positions. And you don't get to hear their thoughts and hear their machinations directly. So I'm going to let you kind of in and see that. So I've made a little scene, and this is going to have immediate ramifications for later in the session. So pay attention. Any voices you hear will come back later. So pay attention there. And let me preload it so that it's ready to go for everybody. And I will take you there now. Please enjoy. Oh, wait. Hold on. That is not audible, so let me adjust something really quick. I'm going to turn the music volume down. That's too far. Actually, can you guys still hear the music?
Yes.
I can.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll leave it where it is. Turn the rain down a little bit too. Okay, here it comes.
Somewhere it's the boiling sea. A tower stretches up to pierce the heavens. Atop it, a great light casts a baleful red glow onto the turbulent waters below. Harpies screech around the structure, battered by the fierce storm, their wretched songs drowned out by the churning waves and deafening explosions of thunder. At the throne of Praxis, Tower of Storms, two massive figures stand over a perfect representation of the continent of Thelia. Sydon, Lord of Storms, violently paces the room, throwing bolts of lightning into the painting, causing the storm outside of Praxis to worsen. Lutheria, Lady of Dreams, slinks from the shadows, draped in darkness itself. She stops Sydon in his tracks with a hand at his chest, and then she gestures to the heartlands of Thelia. Sydon nods and readies another bolt of lightning, but Lutheria only shakes her head. She lowers herself and reaches into the map of Thelia, and at once a great crescendo of squeals and screams begin where her white-armed reach touches the land. My sweet husband, the mortals no longer heed your storms. Let us instead send a great beast to defile the lands they stole from us. I'm sure they will appreciate the irony.
All right, thank you for your attention.
Wow. Wow. Well done.
Ominous.
Nicely done. All I heard was we're going to get some XP.
I know it's kind of quiet in the beginning, but thank you guys for sticking in with me. Okay, I did have one last thing. Nothing that I need to say, but it was just something I need to read to you guys. The future of Thalia looks grim. Monsters menace the roads. Corruption threatens the cities. The storm god Sydon demands daily sacrifices at every temple. And his sister wife, Lutheria, kidnaps children for her own secret rituals. The 5 gods who once protected the settlers are silent. And now the oracle has prophesied the doom of Thalia, the death of gods, the destruction of Mytros, and the total annihilation of the mortal races. You are one of a group of warriors who have been summoned to the Heartlands in an attempt to avert this coming catastrophe. You each have reasons for answering the call, but rumors of your coming have already spread across the land. All right. You guys know we are where you're headed, to the Sour Vintage Inn. And so, without any more delay, I will take you there. First, I'll stop the rain.
I thought it
Maybe
was
some
good,
sunshine?
ambiance.
Oh, yeah, ambiance. Okay. Can you hear the tavern music?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. This is actually an ancient Greek song that I found.
It definitely sounds like I can hear the ancient Greek instruments.
Yeah. Okay. Let me narrate this bit. You arrive at the Sour Vintage. The Sour Vintage is a traditional country inn located at a crossroads, about 20 miles east of the city of Astoria. The exterior is rustic wood painted black, and the sign hanging from the door depicts a woman carrying a basket full of grapes. Inside the tavern, a haze of pleasant tobacco smoke lingers in the air. You can hear the faint clinking of mugs and the muttering of patrons, most of whom are farmers by the way they're dressed. You have been summoned here by a woman named Kyrah, who wants to hire you for a difficult task. She's promised a sizable reward and more information about the Oracle's prophecy. So, as you guys all kind of filter into the tavern, you see each other. It's pretty obvious that you're all out of place. So you immediately recognize each other. Tell me what you're doing. And whoever speaks first, go ahead and give us a description of your character.
Well, I think, so I already gave the description, but if people want a refresher.
It was very intense, so maybe...
Yes. So Magus is a tall male high elf with just simple garb. He probably has a traveling tunic over him now. Long brown hair, a bit of a tuft on the end of his chin. Kind of an angular face, green eyes, and he doesn't really swagger, but you can tell that he is just by the way he carries himself, he is confidently here to enjoy whatever's happening. And I think, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to so I clock the others, and I give this kind of like a hand motion to them. It's like, kind of like, hey, wait just a moment. And I'll go up to the bar, and I want to order just kind of some flatbread, and maybe some grapes, and I'm going to go not a hard liquor. I'm wanting to go with a more delicate vintage, something that will taste nice and not get without too much of a buzz.
Okay, yeah. Easy enough. They have a modest but impressive selection for the area. I mean, a tavern named for wine should probably have something. And you know enough about the area to know that Astoria has a pretty decent vineyard in the city, and this is close enough where they could get regular shipments of that vintage. As you approach the bar, there is a kind of a very thick-haired, like long, like beautiful hair, but just like thick and coarse. Broad-shouldered, half-elven woman named Atela. And she looks very seasoned, but kind of like young, like 30s-ish. And she has a hand towel, comes over and takes your order. And you notice actually up on a high shelf behind her, there is a very large bottle that is gathering dust and has one of those like wicker protectors around the bottom of it. The kind of very bulbous bottles of wine. It looks like it's been there a very long time.
I look at it and just kind of like say to myself, later. I have 2 silver to my name right now.
She pours you their 2 silverest amount of wine. And I forget what kind of wine you asked for.
Just like not something that would get me drunk, but just something that was very aromatic and flavorful.
Well, it'll all get you drunk, I'm afraid to say. But yeah, she gives you a summer blend that is grown when all the wildflowers are in bloom, and there's cross-pollination. It's very floral to the nose. It's nice. It's a little smoky. Yeah.
And I will take the platter and my drink and go over, and if the rest of them haven't gathered around a table, I will gather them around a table and sit down.
Okay.
Well, in a similar, I guess I'll go next with Shade.
Yeah.
In a similar type of thing, as Shade walks in, he'll scan the room, I assume noting any others who are already here, and he would walk to the bartender and, got any milk?
The Atela, the innkeeper, she looks up from polishing the glass and kind of steps back. Hello. I'm Atela. Welcome to the sour vintage. Milk, you said?
Yes, milk. Chocolate, if you have it.
Let me consult the brown goat out in the back very quickly. And she runs in the back, and you hear kind of like some like.
While this is happening, he'll just kind of like turn around and kind of just lean with his arms crossed with his back against the bar, just kind of scanning the room.
Yeah, cool. Everyone is looking at you, like, or trying not to look at you, basically. So you have like farmers that, as your gaze kind of passes over the bar, they like quickly look back down at their drinks, and like they have empty bowls and they're just shoveling empty spoons into their mouth. There's like a child there, like with his father for lunch, and like he's just like slack-jawed staring at you.
He'll give a slight nod to the kid.
He like jumps up and down like a little bit. He's Daddy. But yeah, so after a minute or two, Atela comes back, says, Well, I do have some milk. Is this fine for you? It's in like a tankard. It's about like a liter of milk.
Perfect. Do you have a bowl?
She does that. She like stifles a laugh and then sees your face just unchanged, and says, "Oh, you're serious? Yes,
Naturally.
Yes, I have bowls." And she takes the tankard and pours it into like a big soup bowl.
Well, before she pours it, he just grab the tankard and take the empty bowl.
Fine.
He'd take the whole tankard in the bowl. Just say thank you, and he'd put I don't know what the estimate of value would be, but he'd put like 2 silver at least on the counter. Is this enough?
More than plenty, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. And then he'd walk towards where he sees the others with the bowl and tankard in one hand.
She scoops the coins into her apron, and then like as you turn to leave, she quickly reaches over to one of her shelves and like hides this stuffed bobcat that's been up there. Puts it down on the ground. Can you describe your character, please?
He is an imposing 7'4". He is wearing chainmail, covered with a dark gray cloak. He has kind of tucked up, kind of in a harness across his back, a glaive, and he is covered from all the physical parts that you can see of him are covered with white fur striped with black, and he has piercing blue eyes. And he is not a small person.
Clearly not.
And he's so very, very much heavily armored. He also has slung across underneath his pack on his back with his glaive, that's glaives stuck to. He also would notice when you saw him turn in the back of him turn around, he also has a maul tied across the bottom of his harness at the small of his back.
Ooh, which is like a warhammer kind of thing, right? Like
basically a giant sledgehammer.
Oh my god.
So you get the impression that he's the type of person that if he breaks things, they stay broken.
Absolute unit. Although tell that to the guy with mending who
then I break the man with mending. No, but he seems very, very quiet and calm.
Yeah.
And he just kind of walks over and, seeing, I guess at this point, I just don't know if the others are actually here or not, but he sees Magus with his platter being the obviously the different person here, the uncommon one, and just, are you one of the called?
I believe that I am.
Seems we'll be partnering for this, and he'll just kind of pick a seat where he can see both the entrances, any entrances, and most of the patrons here.
Okay.
Taking the bowl in one hand and pouring from the tankard into it to fill it up, and just kind of lift it to his face and just slowly lap it up.
You went there. I can't believe you did it.
I went there.
I love it. This is your chance to do weird shit. I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you.
Oh, okay.
And
By
I
the
just
way,
kind of raise an eyebrow, but I don't say anything. I'm just kind of smiling to myself.
you definitely had to remove a man who was smoking a long pipe and had a hood over his eyes from the seat. And he said something about having to go watch some halflings anyway. So
He wasn't using this seat.
who wants to go next?
I suppose I can. Theo is, young man, 23.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I took the liberty of adding color to the hero forge you gave. If your character does not have blonde hair, you don't have to have blonde hair.
That is fine. That is fine.
Okay, I took a liberty. Please go ahead.
As I was saying, Theo is a young man, 23. He is on the shorter side, around 5 feet. He looks like a satyr human cross. And he has a rifle strung across his back. Well, actually, it's slung across one shoulder, and he has a backpack on. And he has his faithful companion perched on a shoulder, which is a Stimfey.
Can you describe what a Stimfey is or looks like?
A Stimfey is an Amazonian construct that resembles a bird and is mechanical in nature. And Theo goes up to the bar and says, "What kind of birds do you have? Do you have any kind of birds for sale that we can eat?"
Atela looks at you and, oh, you're one of them satyrs, yeah?
Partially.
Oh. We get a few in and around. Birds. Yeah, if you can catch them, they're in the rafters. And there's like some songbirds like kind of flitting back and forth between the big wooden beams that cross the ceiling. That they just, they pick at the leftovers. They're fine.
Oh, all right. Hey, Roo, go get one.
You're gonna send Roo. Okay.
Jumps off of Theo's shoulder and snatches one of the birds out of the rafters and brings it back to Theo.
There's a couple startled like. Go ahead.
Do you think you can cook this up for me?
No.
Well,
she gives you a small like cast iron pan, and says, "There's a candle on your table."
Well, I guess that's one way. All right.
She says, "I'm gonna need that back when you're done."
Yeah. I notice Magus and large cat man lapping milk from a bowl, and obviously understand that they are the people that I am clearly looking for.
You're kind of weird.
And I approach their table. "G'day," and I sit down and I take the skillet out, start plucking the bird. And put it in the skillet and start roasting it over the candle.
Shade just kind of nods approvingly.
Shade will remember that. How does Magus respond to this?
One moment. Would prestidigitation work to help pluck the bird faster?
It would clean the feathers, but it's not gonna.
Okay, no.
But birds are dirty, so.
Birds are, I'll kind of wait until he's plucked it, and this guy do a wave and a snap, and just have all of the remaining detritus, because there's a lot of the tiny little pinions.
Yeah.
That are left, and this guy clean off the skin of the bird. It's like. I have not seen anyone catch their own food at a bar before.
Well, when they don't have birds, you gotta get your own, apparently. At least they supplied the skillet. Thanks for cleaning the bird for me, I appreciate that.
And I'll push my platter to the center of the table and help yourself, if you want. And I'm taking a bite from the flatbread, because The city has all kinds of amazing delicacies, but if you just want good bread, you go to the farmers. They know how to make it.
Yes.
That is good bread.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys are interacting really well. I love this. It's like you know each other. Okay, Falben, I believe you are the last to enter and describe yourself. Please paint us a word picture.
Yeah. Well, a hooded figure walks up through the entrance. Not much can be seen of his features. He's small, 5 feet. But it's not a natural 5 feet. It's deformed. There's something about this individual that shows that his body has been morphed unnaturally. In the darkness of the hood, you see movement. But it's not the face that moves. It's the hair. You try to look closer.
Oh.
It's snakes.
We lost you for a second. Can you repeat that last line?
You try to look closer at the face, but it's not hair. It's snakes. This is clearly a Medusa. And as the individual walks in and people become aware of that, silence falls, for they know that he is cursed. He walks up and sees this menagerie of people. And he knows that this is where he is to be, and that these are the individuals that, for better or worse, will be traveling with him. He sits down and says, "Hello."
Good day.
I think your mic cut out again, Crikey.
I think you just said hello.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I didn't either.
Well, that's not good. But yes, I sat down and I stared at the ground.
How much do I know about Medusas?
It's pretty common knowledge that Medusas exist, and they are cursed beings. Whether or not that curse is voluntary or involuntary is unknown and is on an individual basis. But you know not to make eye contact lest you become petrified.
Okay. Is there a I'm going to say I'm going to kind of push the platter to the motion the platter at the center of the table with the bread and the grapes on it. It's like, feel free to help yourselves. Give me just a second. And I'm going to go up to the bar and get the bartender's attention, and I'm going to ask for if they have any. Can you give me the shiniest plate you have?
The shiniest plate. What you been needing a shiny plate for?
Reasons.
Show me some small shiny plates and maybe I'll let you have one.
I'm not looking to buy. I just want to borrow it for a bit.
Oh, I'm not looking to sell you one either. I'm just looking for a bit of insurance.
Will I get my plates back?
As long as I get mine back in polished condition.
Then I think we can work with that, and I'll slide another 2 silver.
Very well. Not to be a negative Nancy. It's my good plate. You know. She opens a glass cabinet that has a little latch on it, and it's where like the fine glasses are. So there's glasses overlaid with silver. This is where, you know, the anniversary toasts are done and that sort of thing. So, but there is a silver plate, a dinner plate in there. Less a dinner plate and more a plate to present food on. And she takes it out, takes a clean washcloth, gives it a bit of a buff, breathes on it, buffs it again, and then grabs your silver and hands you the plate.
While I'm doing this, I figure I should probably just make a quick question. Do I know about the reflections of Medusas? Are they safe?
That is unknown. There's rumors, but most people play it safe and they try to avoid reflections, just in case.
I'm feeling a little bit adventurous.
Shade is pouring his second bowl of milk.
Theo is nearing the end of having his bird cooked.
It's not gonna take long. It's a little bird. Although it's over a candle, so.
And I'm going to use prestidigitation again on the plate to just like mirror shine.
Okay.
On it, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to kind of slide it across the of the table. It's like, hello, friend. Do you think we can meet gazes over this?
So, Falben, I'm going to let you. This is actually something that's not discussed in the book, so I don't have an answer for whether or not this can work. I'm going to leave it to you.
Okay. Well, Falben knows that this is a sketchy situation, so he's having an internal thought. After a moment, Falben lifts his gaze and stares into the plate, meeting eyes with Magus, and says, "Hello."
Roll a Constitution check. It's safe. Sorry.
I meet his gaze.
People in the room are literally making bets right now. Like, their money is exchanging hands while you guys are doing this shit. And then, like, you say hello and a couple seconds go by and you say hello back and nothing's happening. And you see a few people go, "Ah, man! It didn't work!"
Just see Shade's ears twitching as they kind of like radar towards the people saying these things.
It's been a long time since I've looked anyone in the face.
And that is a shame.
Usually people are too scared to get to know me.
My philosophy is that if your goal in life is to not die, you will fail.
You might be talking to the wrong person. Spoilers.
Wow.
That was great. That was a super cool moment. You guys are talking. Theo, you're cooking your bird. Shade, you are just like, radaring in on everything going around you. And you hear the door swing open. And small footsteps come through the door. I don't know who has visibility on the door. I think Shade. You mentioned.
Does.
Yep. So you see step through the door a beautiful dark-haired woman wearing a white traveling dress with practical leather boots. She's carrying a large satchel that seems to be overflowing with scrolls. And writing supplies. There's quills sticking out of everything. She's got a quill in her hair, scrolls under her arms as well as in her satchel. And she busts into the room, scans like right and left, and then sees you, and her face lights up. She goes,
I assume she starts towards us.
Yes.
As soon as she seems purpose towards us, Jade will just kind of like nod that direction if any of them are looking at him, and just kind of look at her. Focus his attention on her, seeing her coming up.
I'll glance up and lean back in my chair and take another sip of wine.
And Magus, you actually recognize this person. You've seen her in Mytros quite a bit. She is a poet for the king's court.
Has she seen me?
Probably, but is there anything you wanted to do before she sees you?
It's like, are we familiar, or have I seen her from afar, sort of?
You guys probably haven't met.
Okay.
She's always on the go. It seems hard to find her just like chilling in one place. She's like always going somewhere. But her smile lights up, her eyes light up, and she steps over to the table where you are, plops her stuff down in an open chair, and just sticks her hand out kind of in like a waving, panning motion in front of all of you, like as if trying to shake all of your hands at the same time, and says, "Hello there. I'm Kyrah. Thank you so much for answering my summons. I will be direct. I'm here as an agent of the Oracle. She believes that great destinies await you all, but..." and then she slams a scroll down on the table in the middle. "Great destinies are forged by great deeds. I'll cut to the chase. A terrifying giant boar has been laying waste to the heartlands in this area, slaughtering everything in its path. This boar was corrupted by the Titans and sent to punish the mortals of Thelia, you included, for their continued faith in the five gods. Many have attempted to hunt the boar. All have failed. Versi issued more invitations, but some didn't make it in time for our meeting here, so we're doing with what we can with what we have. We can't wait anymore. If you wish to win fame and fortune, as great heroes should, then you must prove to the people of Thelia that you are the warriors of the Oracle's prophecy, and I know you are. Now hunt this boar and offer it to the gods as a sacrifice in goodwill. By the way, I'm Kyrah. Nice to meet you."
I take her hand, and it is an honor. The honor is mine to meet such a lauded poet of the king's court.
"Oh, you've heard of me. I'm flattered. Thank you so much. And you are? No, I know your name. I'm just kidding. I sent a letter."
I should know to expect better of an agent of the Oracle.
I joke. I kid. I apologize. I know all of you quite well. I've heard all of your deeds. And I just like to think that I'm here to witness the start of so many more great deeds. May I sit?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and eat as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually stuffed, but I will have some. Thank you. And she sits down and she's tearing off pieces of the flatbread. And Joe, how are you enjoying the sour vintage so far? It's a lovely place, huh?
The milk's not bad.
The milk, adorable. I love it.
The birds are a bit scrawny.
The birds, you kill me, Theo. Hopefully not literally. I can die. It's not the worst. And
make an insight check on that, actually.
Okay.
On the statement that she can die.
Okay, go for it.
Because she is named Kyrah.
She is named Kyrah. First roll of the game.
Insight is good, but not my best.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
She's been joking this whole time since she's walked in the door. Probably another joke.
If it is Kyrah, like, I'm not going to be able to catch her in a lie. What am I thinking?
I mean, do you want to, like, push her on it? Do you want to...
Nah. I'm just gonna smile and take another drink of wine.
Okay, yeah. She steps over to the bar and gets her own wine and then sits back down.
At this point, Shade would just kind of lean in and say, I'm not sure about this whole fated warriors earning the renown of the people or any nonsense like that, but if our commission is to kill this boar, what do we need to know?
Great question. I hope you come to love this whole fate thing. I think it's lovely. I think it's fun. It's nice knowing kind of what to look forward to, isn't it? In a way, kind of takes some of the ambiguity out of the question. But yes, your goal is to kill this boar. It's very big, very scary. Killed a lot of people so far. You're not the first group. Chances are you won't be the last, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Huh?
Such a vote of confidence.
Oh, I have 100% confidence in you.
So where was it last seen? How big has it? What type of traits does it have, or behaviors? It would be nice to have some intel before we go off just hunting a wild animal, especially one corrupted by the gods.
A keen military mind, and every group needs one. I'm so glad to hear you ask that question. I am not an expert, but I have high. Can you come over here, please? Yes, come on. Don't be shy. Come here. He won't hurt you. It's fine. And she waves over two hunters, and they're wearing mostly like deep green colors and browns, and they just kind of stand off to the side. And she goes, "These two fine young men, they know where to find the boar. They have friends who've been killed by it, and I think you saw him die too. Yes, you did. Okay. So you know how big its teeth are and all that. Yes. Okay. He can tell you all the details. Yeah. So nothing to worry about since we know everything, or we will know everything.
All right.
I do.
So
go ahead.
He turned to the hunters. So, how big? Where? What type of behaviors, traits? What do we know about this?
Well, let me. Okay. The older of the two, he's got a longbow. They actually both have longbows. He says, "Well, when I saw Ritus die to it not 2 days ago, what was the question?"
How big is it?
Oh,
Let's start with that.
bloody huge. I've seen boar before, and this was 10 times bigger than the biggest one I've ever seen. Ridiculously huge. Probably why it killed him so easy.
All right. Does it have any odd behaviors other than, I assume, being abnormally aggressive?
Nail on the head there. Yeah, real aggressive. Weirdly aggressive. Like you said. Kind of got a weird effect on the mind a little bit. Kind of makes your head spin. Didn't like it. Bad time. That's I got out of there, but
Have you seen it have any blind spots or things it avoids?
It avoids sparing people's lives, I think.
All right.
Magus audibly laughs at that.
He says, "Hey, I can find humor in the tragedy. It's okay. Thanks for the laugh. I owe you a beer." Yeah, it doesn't seem afraid of nothing.
Have you seen anyone be able to wound it even?
Oh yeah, it's got spears sticking out of it. I don't
Do they
think.
seem to inflict any harm?
Oh yeah, it didn't like it at all. I think it's just a big son of a bitch, and it's just gonna take a lot of spears.
All right.
Bring
All right,
plenty.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up, little man? Sorry for
Yeah,
calling you little man. That's rude.
Oh, I'm used to it.
Well,
Where can you find
shouldn't
good
have to
hunting for
put up
birds
with
around
that,
here?
you know.
Where... Any good bird hunting spots around here?
Oh yeah, I mean, not right around where the boar is. They're all kind of they're all pissed off.
Oh, well,
I'd imagine that if we got rid of the boar, the birds would come back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
likely so.
all right. I think we should kill this boar.
Because there are birds in it for me.
Yes, as if that was in question already. Well, I don't know any other specifics to ask.
How about you? I'll look down into the plate and up at Falben again.
This is something we must do.
All right, well, I'm always down to sticking it to the twins.
The who?
Oh, you know who sent the boar.
Oh, no, I hadn't put that together, honestly.
Oh.
You just said whatever.
We appreciate your information and help. Turning to the poet, will they be leading us to it, or are we
Oh, yes.
using...
Yes, they have graciously offered, under pain of payment, to take us to the boar and to help us. And she looks directly at them to help us with it. Right? Yes. Yes. Okay. I believe in you. You're heroes too. Maybe not official heroes like these guys here, but you're heroes in your own way. Yes.
Don't worry, we'll make sure it keeps its attention on us. Or Shade kind of scans across the others. At least on me.
Kyrah looks visibly pleased with what you've said just there, and just kind of claps. She's like, yes, that's it. You're already being heroes, and I love it. Yes.
Shade just kind of slowly face palms.
I'm sorry, I've annoyed you. You just makes me happy. Anyway, let's not worry about it today. Everyone in the area has been cleared out. It's late. Get dinner. Relax. Get a room. The rooms are all paid for. And get a good night's sleep, and we'll attack it in the morning.
Fantastic.
Very well.
Are any of the rooms shared? And I look at her.
She returns the flirt. She's like, silly, you get off to a very quick start, don't you? They're all solo rooms. I will be staying in my own. But thank you so much, really. You're cute. You're so cute. Okay. I forgot to mention payment. You guys have already accepted this job without any reward. I will have a reward for you. And she takes out a leather bag that clinks heavily, and sets it on the table. And you see in the mouth of this bag a glint of gold. And she pulls it open, and there are 4 golden arrows, full length arrows made of solid gold. She says, you'll find these will trade on the market for about 25 gold each. But it's a treasure for defeating an evil giant boar, so why would you sell it? It's a cool thing to just have, right?
Will we also be getting coin, in addition to treasures that are nice to have.
Well, you can sell this for the coin, right? But that's not very fun, is it?
Where did you get those? Why do you have golden arrows? Who shoots golden arrows?
Oh, a friend of mine made them.
I am so suspicious of her.
Don't you worry about me. I'm the least of your worries.
Shade will just kind
I
of
know that
quiz
you
it.
aren't.
What?
Go ahead, Gray.
Oh, it's like I know that you aren't the least of my worries.
Yeah. Not here to hurt you, I promise.
Shade
who
would
is?
just kind of lean in. Just, is there some other special significance to these arrows beyond just being made of gold?
No. My friend made them just this week, and they have not been in any battles or stories. But they're nice. You can even see like the fletching on the end there. It's very detailed.
What does your friend do for a living?
Oh, he's a blacksmith typically. Yeah. He's also a bit of a philanthropist. He likes
I hear he loves children.
he likes to give presents out.
Are you sure you don't mean a gold smith?
Oh yes. He mostly makes weapons and armor, that kind of thing. But he's a bang up craftsman.
Notably.
Anyway, I'm sure you'll meet
I'm
him.
going to like kind of tilt my head back with the wine, and as I'm taking a sip, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to offer a quick prayer.
Okay.
Because I do occasionally pray to Kyrah.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to give a prayer. It's like, Kyrah, daughter of mischief, if this is not you at my table, one who bears your name does you credit.
Okay, cool. You do that.
Yep.
Love it. Give me a perception check.
Come on. All right.
As you like raise your head back up from bowed in prayer, and your eyes meet her face, she has kind of like a side glance at you and like the tiniest of winks.
Smile.
But yeah. Okay. Well, she has laid out the plan before you. You know what to do next.
I assume it's already pretty late in the day.
Yeah.
So
You guys don't have a lot of time you have to kill, but if you want to chat about anything now, that's fine. And if not, we can pass the night.
well, Shade would try and get down to business. Just to be sure we know what we're doing tomorrow. What is everyone's combat abilities, and how would we array ourselves against something like this giant boar? I can go first. I assume the front line here. I assume it's will try and focus its attention on me to give the rest of you the latitude to do whatever attacks you can. And I'll do my best to keep its attention.
Some physical aspects that I didn't describe or could go into more detail about Magus. So specifically, he is 6 feet tall and weighs 147 pounds.
Lanky boy.
Yep, he's real lanky. And then I imagine that Shade, at least, probably noticed that under his traveling tunic, he is bearing a sword, a short sword. So I would say, I haven't fought boars specifically, but I do have some experience in hand-to-hand combat, though In terms of efficacy, the arcane is probably more my dealing. At close range or at far.
Well, which would be your preference?
Well, preferably, I'd rather not be in striking distance of it.
Very well. We'll try to maintain that.
But if you need help, I can try not to singe your hair as well.
I would appreciate that.
Well, I think I'd do best in the back, far in the back, with my rifle. I'm glad that we got two people who don't mind being up close and personal.
So, by the way, just as a rule in this world, there is only one rifle in this world.
That's what Shade is about to ask. What is a rifle? Put in air quotes.
Well, it's something I came up with. I am an artificer. You may have heard of me, Theo the Inventor. I invented it, and it's basically a long-range crossbow that's really fast. You can think of it that way. Really, it's something you gotta see to believe. Yeah,
all right.
So I've got room here too.
So you'll fill the role of an archer. Very well. Excellent.
I also have some spells that I know that I can throw around here and here, but it's mainly support stuff, so I think I'd do best in the back.
He'll also fill the role of a guy making a shitload of noise.
I assume that's going to come as a surprise for us all.
Yes.
The first round of combat.
Boom. Yeah.
What in the devil was that?
It's like one of those videos of like a cat suddenly noticing a cucumber next to them.
Well, I am an assassin. I am skilled at hiding in the darkness and killing without notice.
Well, this is probably going to be in broad daylight. Does that cause you any issues?
Surprisingly, it'll still work.
Very well. So effectively, we want its attention on me. The two of you, pointing to Magus and Theo, are going to be kind of mid-range and long-range in the back. And you're going to be sneaking on its hindquarters and stabbing in the butt.
I'm gonna give it a new one.
Seems reasonable to me.
Kyrah's just sitting over there, just smiling at all of you, just like hand on her face, just like watching her children just like playing nice. She's overjoyed. All right.
If Shade notices this, he would just kind of like lower his head and kind of lower to a whisper. I'm sorry, but that lady gives me the creeps.
Oh no. There is none better to grace our table this night.
If you say so.
She looks at both of you and says, I really aim for both things, so cool.
I give a small laugh.
She gives thumbs up to you both.
Shade just kind of sighs with kind of the obvious effect of, what have I gotten myself into?
A bloody good time, Shade. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm beat. Not really. I'm about the same as I always am. But I'm gonna go to bed. So great to meet all of you. Really. She like is picking up all her stuff, and she's like the guy that can't hold all the limes. Like scrolls are falling everywhere. But she manages.
Before you go.
Yes.
If tomorrow I am going to be fighting a deadly beast,
Uh-huh.
I would pray that you would grace me with one of your poems before you go.
Oh, you don't want to hear one of my poems, really?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let me see if I can remember one off the top of my head.
You don't have to narrate this, DM.
chosen and tested, onward our heroes quested. I'm still working on that one.
I'm sure you'll be able to finish it.
Oh, remind me tomorrow. But I hope you forget. Good night. And in a flash, she's off up the stairs. Yeah. Cool. Well, unless there's anything else, the tavern starts to slowly empty. And eventually there's just the sound of like sweeping and cleaning. And Atela gives you guys your room keys and just gestures up the stairs.
Before it got too late and I still had my bird, Shade, would you like some of my bird? You seem like someone who might enjoy a good bird.
Shade eyes the size of it and says, I appreciate the offer, but clearly I don't think that bird was intended for someone of my appetite.
All right. Next one then, shall we?
What's that quote from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? It's like I think a gopher would just be enough to rise up my appetite without bedding her back down again.
Wow.
By the way, I forgot I had a photo of Kyrah to show you. This is her. So, yeah, that's what she looks like, and will continue to look like.
Maybe.
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 Yeah. You guys all go to bed. It's comfortable enough. Actually, Falben, to you, it's probably the most comfortable place you've slept in a while, considering you were in a cave a week ago. Magus, like I don't know what your flat is like in Mytros comfort wise, but it's about probably the same based on your budget. And Shade, I don't know where you typically, well, I know where you've been sleeping, but
Everywhere.
everywhere.
So it's better than a bedroll on the side of a road with a caravan. So
Yep. And Theo, you probably tend to just like sleep out under the stars in the woods most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're decent
I'm going
lodgings.
to return the plate.
Oh, Atela nods graciously.
I
Sorry
return
to
the skillet as
deprive
well.
half of your customers of their coin.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
I said I returned the skillet as well.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, she wishes you all good night, and tells you that there will be breakfast, a modest one, but breakfast in the morning.
And Magus will probably also like just go out for a walk under the stars for a bit, maybe climb a tree, something before going back to bed, because he only needs 4 hours.
Right. I did forget to mention, if you guys have any spending money, Atela can actually sell basic supplies, like from the player's guide. So, you know, if you need to buy like adventure gear or hunting gear or something, she can sell it to you. I like that a lot of you guys' rumors kind of naturally came out, like in the context of you meeting each other. You know, like Shade drinking milk and Theo's affinity for birds and stuff like that. That's great. If there was any rumors that you guys have posted them all, so you've seen them, but if there were any that you wanted to share, that's totally fine. Anyway, you guys get a good night's rest, and wake up in the morning. And a new song is being played in the corner.
and they've got a good bard. He plays non-stop.
Tireless.
I check. Is he chained in the corner?
I almost wish that it's actually just like a Warforged, like just sitting there, like you can just keep going.
I like the idea that it's just a player piano type thing. just gets cranked up in the morning and just runs. But yeah, you guys come downstairs. I have a bunch of these, by the way.
This is excellent.
I know. It's called Bardcore, if you're ever interested in like listening to this genre. There's a lot on the internet. Anyway, you guys come downstairs, probably well rested, all of you, and Atela, you smell eggs, you smell some kind of pork, which really should whet your appetite for the day to come. And eating some breakfast at a table are two hunters, not the ones you met last night, two other ones, and they look pretty beat up. And they are like kind of like grimacing and like massaging their like arms, and you see like they're dirty. Like one of them has some noticeable blood on his face, and they're just like chugging ale and eating their food quickly.
I'm going to get my breakfast, and I'm going to head over to the table, and it's like, well, seems like it's been a rough morning for you.
Oh, you're telling me? Oh. that was me
Shade
coughing in character. Yeah. We decided to have a go at the boar at night. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Can either of you see in the dark?
No. No, they're humans.
Do I need to roll any type of like knowledge check to know if boars can see decently well at night in the dark?
You could roll a nature. Yeah.
Nature, okay.
I like how the first roll of the game was a flat 10, just like right down the middle. Ooh, a 7. You know boars have good enough senses to come when the dinner bell calls, but you're not sure. You're not sure what else. No, so we didn't know about its eyesight, but we thought maybe it had pretty good sense of smell. So we took some old fruit and put it in the middle of the field, laid a trap. You know, thought maybe that would work, and we hid in the bushes. Took us by surprise. Came out of nowhere and just gored my buddy. Took him into the woods. I don't know where he is. He's probably dead. Sounds were pretty bad. But we're here to drink to his memory.
Here's to your friends, and like if I don't already have a drink, I will get one. And
hey man, here's to Ryzen, right? Ryzen. Yeah. I swear though, I was close to that thing. Like I could hear it speak. Like, boar can't do that.
No natural boar, at least.
What did you feel it said to you?
I didn't hear exactly, but it speak in common. It was, Greek or whatever shit we speak here.
Alien.
Thelian, that's it, Thelian. Mother Thelia, bless us this day. Thank you for this food. Your roots reach all the way to Joe Mama's house, and we love you for it. Amen. Thelia's the mother of Earth, basically, and it's rumored that she takes the form of a giant tree with roots stretching all over. So, anyway, but yeah, so it sounds like they tried to trap it, and it caught them by surprise. But
clever killed them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. All
But
right.
are you guys going out after it or something?
We are intending to.
Like companions already. we're going to take a shot at it.
Well, good luck. I mean, we put a few holes in it, so, you know, if it goes down, you're welcome.
Are they actually hurt? Can I tell if there's like actual injury?
Do a medicine roll.
Oh boy.
I mean, you see blood and scrapes, but you know they could be fooling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably actually wounded. You can't tell exactly how much. Bumps and scrapes, maybe a broken arm.
Well, we will take care of things. You probably need to get someone to look at your injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, will do. I'll just go to the hospital down the road, and do that. You got it.
Well, I'm. Can I roll to see also if they're wounded?
So this is going to be a precedent that I'm going to set for the game. I forgot to check. Voluntary checks, I'm going to need you to be proficient in order to suggest trying it.
Okay. Whoops.
So that's okay. I forgot to mention it. And also to prevent dogpiling of skill checks, if somebody in the party tries a check and they fail, that's the result. So that will make sure that you guys are like talking out like, hey, he looks hurt. Theo, you're a medicine guy. Can you check him out?
Okay.
You know, if it's a role where like I ask for the role, then anybody can do it. You know, I'll ask you to do perception checks all the time, even if you're not proficient. But yeah, so voluntary checks, you need to be proficient, or you know, you could suggest another skill that might also be applicable. So, you know, intimidation, you might not be proficient in intimidation, but if you're hella strong, I might let you use your strength score bonus to try to intimidate somebody.
Could I use perception?
Yeah, you could use perception to like look for wounds. You wouldn't be able to tell if they were like illusory in nature, but you could have an ocular pat down of them, basically. Yeah.
Oh, an ocular pat down. I think I might perform an ocular eyesight. And just to be on the safe side, well, you guys have been super helpful. You know, thanks for poking it a bit. And I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, you're going to use a spell slot on him. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you look at the one who is more visibly injured and cast Cure Wounds. With 10 at a first level?
Look at that.
That's actually really impressive for healing. You almost maxed that out. Yeah, he is beyond perfect health now. Like, yeah, you see all the cuts and bruises like stitch up. The blood is still there, obviously. But he like, well, shit. And you know what? I'm gonna go fight the boar again. I feel great.
I'm gonna get up and kind of like hand on his shoulder back into his seat. It's like, it's all right, buddy.
You're right. We're here to.
You did well enough. You congratulations. You found a hospital.
Man, you tell the right joke in the right place, and his friend is just like glaring at him, just like, the fuck am I, Dave? Like,
like while this is going on, Shade went to go get breakfast.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you get a big old plate of eggs and salted pork. Yeah.
And also get an extra helping of eggs.
She looks at you and says, "Would you be having them eggs raw or cooked?"
Cooked.
Cooked. Oh. The man likes to cook his own food sometimes, and then sometimes he doesn't. I don't know. Cooked it is. And she's like, "How would you like them?" "I'm just kidding. They're gonna be scrambled." Please rate me highly on Yelp.
Yelp? What's Yelp? I only know of Yodel.
I yelp out, "It's good."
She gives you a little bow. Thank you. It's good. Okay. So you guys all have breakfast. Kyrah comes over with the two hunters, looking fresh as daisies. She says, "So, are we all ready? Are we all ready to fulfill our destiny?"
You're the agent of the Oracle, you tell me.
Are you calling me the Oracle?
I said you're the agent of the Oracle.
Oh, yes. I am the agent of the Oracle.
And I'm smiling while I say this.
I'm not the Oracle though. I help her out.
I'm sure you do. I know that you do.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm ready to go. I will be there with you, recording every step of the way. There's so much to cover, and I have plenty of paper and pens.
Again, Shade just kind of shakes his head like, this lady is crazy.
You
Doesn't say that. That's just like the impression he gives was just, okay.
You won't even notice me. Just act like I'm not there. I won't intrude. You can do your thing, and I'll just be back in the back, just writing what happens.
Very well.
If everyone is ready, Battle Master, lead the way.
Shade unslings his glaive, kind of settles his pack on his back. Hunters?
Oh yeah, we're good, ready to go. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right. Okay, so you guys pack up and head out the door, to your destiny, surely. And I'm going to take you over to the map. Preload it. Pull up my notes. By the way, the hunters' names are Teneus and Javon. Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
My daunting roar seems to have already been used.
Oh.
What do I got to do to?
Just take a short rest, and just take a short rest.
How do I
just
do
take
that?
Just take a short rest. Just
okay.
Just take okay.
Just take a nap.
Click on your token, and then the action bar that pops up. All the way at the right side, there's a utility button. Short rest. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I was going to have like cheerful walking there music, but we're already here. So
that was fast.
Yeah. So now we have creepy music. It's about
sorry.
It's very quiet probably. As you make your way northward into my cat is meowing so loud right now, but I'm not. Can you hear her?
I just figured it was Shade.
I'm gonna let her in. 1 second.
I was 90% sure it was
Let
just
me
Shade.
in.
Come in. Dork.
Yeah, that was. I thought you were doing some really
Shade.
Shade.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean...
Okay, so as you guys make your way into the Heartlands, you pass tons of these ravaged farms and settlements, all most likely attacked by the boar. Rocks and trees along the roadside have just been like rooted up by its tusks, leaving deep, ragged trenches. In the sky, you see carrion crows flocking over the fields, many on the ground, picking at the bodies of failed hunters, unfortunate settlers, also unfortunate farm animals. There's clear evidence of destruction everywhere, but as far as where to go, you're not exactly sure.
As we're walking along, like Magus as Magus sees this stuff, his expression darkens, and like fire kind of flicks a little bit between his fingers. And I think like I'll just think to myself, on the twins, and I spit on the ground.
On the twins, love it. Kyrah scribbles down on the paper as you spit. It's kind of like nodding.
Sensing danger, Falben is gonna stealth.
Okay, you go invisible immediately. I'm just kidding. You're level 1.
Critical
Like-
success.
He was an assassin.
Like the Predator, a cloak descends over his body. All you see is the shimmer of death approaching.
Yes.
Level 15, maybe. But with the hunters there, they're able to well enough pick up a trail. I'd have you guys roll nature checks, but you have scouts with you for this purpose, so no problem. Anyway, you eventually come to an area of hills, and off in the distance to the east, you can see just a trail of destruction and also a cave with a significant concentration of blood and guts in its vicinity. I'm sure some of you guys are looking at that right now.
This does seem to be about
Glory.
the right place.
Yeah, there's split tree trunks, splatters of blood, and everyone roll me perception.
Oh,
Sorry,
this is kinda
I want to avoid saying roll me X because I don't like the dynamic of that. Like, I'm just facilitating the game and moving things along. You're not giving me rolls, I am on your side. Okay, so
I think
Magus.
I accidentally had my Steam face selected when I clicked that perception.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll that again with your Theo's perception. Okay, yeah. So Theo, you and Magus, your ears kind of perk up, and you hear like just like grunts and squeals like echoing from way inside the cave.
I'm gonna lean over to Falben and it's like, all right, assassin, where do you need to be?
I think I'm gonna want to work my way over there.
By the way, I've made little text markers that show like elevation changes in certain spots. So like on top of the mouth of the cave, it's 30 feet above the ground. There's a little like overlook here that is 15 feet. It's a 15-foot drop there. So, Also, I have gone ahead and I've drawn in difficult terrain. So like where the trees and boulders are is difficult terrain. And as you move your token through it, it will automatically factor in the double movement cost.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's the future of D&D, not even having to know any of the rules.
Yes, I like having these things calculated.
Yep. The hunters, they're kind of like kneeling at the ground, and they've got their bows like at the ready. Do you want to do traps or anything? We got some spare wood. I've got rope. If you wanted to set something, we could help you out.
Not my speciality.
Nor mine. Anyone else?
Well, I'll leave that to you since you've had several goes at this guy already.
I'm
So
fine.
you know some good locations.
Taneus says, I'll try putting like a little spike trap outside the cave, and that'll get the bastard. And he goes up to this fallen tree and like snaps off several of the shorter branches, and he has them under his arm and pulls out a big old knife, and he's like sharpening them into points as he walks quietly up to the to the mouth of the cave.
I'm going to get up on this ledge, and like the 15-foot ledge, so I can cover him if anything happens.
Right. As this is probably kind of before this is happening, Shade would be looking at all right, where does everyone need to go? Magus, Theo, I assume you are taking the ledge, and
So this spot up here is a high ground area?
It's 15 feet above the ground below it. So
This is 15 feet above?
This is 15 feet above this, if you can see my paintings.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Actually, like I would rather be like on the 10-foot area beside the mouth of the cave if I can sneak up there.
Yeah, definitely. You can do that. You can go straight in here, or you can like loop around behind the trees.
I'm gonna loop around behind the trees. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
all right.
And all right, how?
As he's moving up, Shade would also be moving up to try and be, vanguard in the front.
Okay, cool. I will say also these fallen trees you see are going to count as half cover if you are crouching behind them.
How do you do a multi-move where you can do multiple legs?
Tap space at the waypoint and then keep dragging.
Oh.
So click and hold, and without letting go, tap space at each waypoint, I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it will automatically do the movement. It's so cool, right?
I think I'm gonna try to sneak my way over here.
Okay, no problem.
I'll have my Steam Fae kind of fly over by the hunter who's probably about to be eaten.
And I'm going to try and find a rock, a sizable rock, like a few pounds.
Okay, yeah, you can easily find. There's plenty of those around here.
And I'm just going to be waiting intently and seeing if anything happens to the hunter or if the boar comes out of the cave.
Okay, no problem.
Shade's basically standing kind of at the hunter's shoulder, ready to kind of throw him out of the way if necessary.
Sweet. Yeah, no problem. He's setting up this trap while you guys are getting in place. He's tying rope around, little trip falls or not trip falls. It's just a spike trap. He just hopes that the boar will be dumb enough to run into it head on. So I'm gonna put a little marker on the map where the trap is. We'll say it is right here, like that. So he finishes placing it, and just so you guys will help me remember, if the boar runs into it, it's going to take 2d6 piercing damage.
And Shade will stand directly on the other side of that.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm going to quickly do a message cantrip to Shade and say, if you can find a large rock at your feet, could you nudge it so that I can see it?
Shade will look for that. Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, roll a survival. You find a pretty small rock, like about the size of a silver dollar, but nothing bigger in this area.
He just kind of pushes that over and holds it up.
That can do if it's moving fast.
Right, so just kind of drop it on the ground.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he does.
That'll do.
He just drops it.
Cool. You drop it, and you hear with your cat ears the kind of as it impacts the ground, and then you hear a terrible sound.
To the hunter, get out.
He goes, what? And a massive boar comes charging out of the cave and immediately impales this sad son of a bitch. Also impales itself on the spikes, so it's going to take 2d6 piercing damage. But this guy is dead. He is totally dead.
Oh, man.
Ah, dang
That
it.
sucks.
So
Life, didn't he?
the boar's gonna take 9 damage, and yeah, it just. Did you guys hear that roar? By the way.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. I made that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It was just a pig just going like, "Ree!" And I made it into that. Anyway.
Wow. I
you.
thought you like vocally did it, and I was really impressed.
Wait. Oh, so I didn't do good enough doing my homebrew sound effect because I couldn't do it with my mouth.
It's the way you said it. I made it myself.
I
was like, whoa, dog.
Oh man. Anyway, the boar gores Taneus. His body goes limp. The boar tosses his body away like a rag doll, and he draws himself up to full height. It is an ancient white boar. It's like almost albino. It's got fierce red eyes and just yellow tusks covered with blood. You could see snapped off javelins and arrowheads stuck in all sides of this thing. It has a unnatural bloodlust, and everybody make a perception check to see if you are surprised.
I am not.
Let's see. Magus, you are the only one not surprised by this. I'm gonna need.
boy.
Let me set up the encounter, and then we're gonna roll initiative. Okay, the encounter is available. Everybody roll initiative.
Okay, how do you roll initiative?
So click on your token.
Oh, wait, I see it.
Yeah.
Did I do it right?
Yes, you did.
Wait, what?
High rollers.
Oh, man.
This is so cool having this all queued up like this.
Isn't
Where you
it?
can actually see whose turn it is and
Yeah,
who's
right?
doing what.
Nice.
Wow, we did some good rolling.
Yep.
This is cool.
Wow. Yeah,
High rollers.
the boar is at the bottom of the order.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Should I also roll for my Stimfay?
Yes, please.
Even he did better than the boar.
Even he did. Okay, as you guys are scrambling to get prepared, some cool music kind of starts to play.
Thank you, Kyrah.
Theo, you guys are all surprised. So you watch as Taneus is just ravaged and killed. Let me kill him off really quick.
No, we will not let you.
He's dead.
That poor guy.
The
I
boar.
just healed him.
The boar is going to charge at you, Shade.
I was not surprised.
You were not surprised. Yes, so you get to act.
All right. As Shade drops that pebble on the ground, it suddenly levitates up as I cast Catapult and
Yes.
itself at the boar.
All right.
So, what that does is that it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, you got it. Dexterity save. What's the DC?
I believe the DC is 17? No, 15.
He passes.
It just flies over his shoulder then and cracks into the side of the cave and does. I don't think it does. Wait.
Hold on. stopping early if it impacts against a solid creature. If the object would strike a creature,
Yeah, on a failed save, it strikes a target and stops moving. But it succeeded at its save, so nothing happens.
Okay, so it ricochets off the mouth of the cave, sending sparks and gravel off the mouth. This thing was moving fast, and just with like a crack, it echoes out of the mouth of the cave, but does miss it. Would you like to do anything else with a bonus action or anything?
With bonus action, I'm just readying my sword. I don't think I have any other nice bonus actions that I can do.
Okay. You can use your item interaction to draw your sword, definitely.
And yeah.
All right. Shade. The boar levels its head down at you, and its red eyes meet your blue eyes. And you almost think you hear laughter in your head, and it charges forward. It plows completely through the spike traps, and it's going to take 2d6 more damage as it destroys those completely. It takes 3 more damage. I'm trying to click on him. -3. And then it's going to charge into you with its tusks. So you're going to take a tusk attack.
All right.
It got a 12, which is, I believe, is a miss, right?
It is a miss.
Okay. So it misses. It just roars in your face.
I just bar my teeth at it.
Oh yeah, bitch. Okay. Next up, it is up to Theo, top of the order.
All right, I'm gonna unsling my musket, and did I just shoot myself?
No, you
select someone. How do I target?
So click on or hover over the token and press T for target.
Is this it? Well, you probably can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I see you targeted it. Yep.
Okay. So then
but with
I roll?
with that attack roll, even with Shade like providing kind of a hulking mass of cover, you shoot it clean in the ear, doing a massive 14 damage to him with your musket as the crack rings out. He looks a little injured.
In the hole.
You said what? Fire in the hole? Yeah, Shade, you just hear this kaboom like from back behind you. Just echoes going everywhere. And you don't see a projectile or anything. You just see blood start dripping down the side of his head. Love it. Anything else, Theo?
I think that's good.
Okay. Magus.
Yeah, I didn't like that didn't work. I'm going to try attacking it again with a firebolt.
Okay.
So I believe that's an attack roll from me.
That's a hit.
That's 19 hit.
Yes, that is a hit.
All right.
I'm going to move Taneus out of the way. Roll damage.
We're not going to do that. I'm going to use Empower spell to roll that again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Redemption.
That's sick.
My armband glows a little bit, and suddenly the fire flares even that hotter and impacts.
Yes. Okay. Great. Anything else?
No, that will be it for me.
Okay. I forgot to advance initiative. So it was Theo, then it was Magus, Falben. You see chaos unfold, but you are unseen. What do you do? Actually, roll me stealth. I said I was going to not say me. Roll a stealth check.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. That'll compete against his passive perception to see if he might change targets against you. But go ahead with your turn.
All right. Well, I think because he's busy with somebody next to him, I can sneak attack.
Yes, so there is an enemy of his within 5 feet that would provide sneak attack if you were able to hit him, and that works with ranged or melee attack.
Well, I'm gonna take out my dagger. Throw it.
Okay, so do the dagger attack first, and then if it hits, then we'll add that 5 damage to whatever you rolled. Oh, that's a crit fail. That is our first nat 1.
Oh no!
The dagger is true, but the boar had just lowered its head and tried to charge at Shade, and he ducks under it, unfortunately missing. Would you like to do anything else with a bonus action or such?
I think I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
Okay, awesome. Next up is Javon. He is going to ready his longbow and fire a shot. Ooh, Javon strikes true. That's a 22 to hit. He does 4 damage with that longbow. Great. And that's his turn. It is Rue's turn. What would Rue like to do?
Rue would like to strike that big old beast with his talons.
That doesn't quite hit. There's a lot of movement going on. Rue seems a little hesitant. Doesn't quite connect. Would he like to move or anything?
He would. He would definitely.
I will say, if he moves away out from the boar's range, he will take an opportunity attack, which may not hit, but it could.
I think he's gonna try to fly away. Still.
Okay. All right. The great boar is going to try to tusk attack at him. And he nat ones. He nat ones. Totally misses.
Nice.
So Rue nimbly escapes the boar. Shade, you are teeth to teeth with this thing. Blade in hand. What do you do?
I mean, he just roared at me, so I gotta return the favor first.
Yes. Yes.
So just like a primal roar of animal fury at this thing, and then he will...
What does that do for him? He needs to roll a wisdom save or something?
Wisdom saving throw DC 14, or become frightened.
Okay, you see his confidence shudder for a moment, and then his eyes just steal towards you, and he uses his legendary resistance and succeeds.
A legendary resistance against level 1 player? Come on, man.
Yeah, bitch! You didn't know what you're fucking with. I was hoping for that reaction. Like, what? A legendary resistance on a level 1 encounter? He is not afraid of you.
Alright, well then I'm gonna glaive him.
Yeah. Oh, solid slash. 11 damage. That's really solid for level 1. He's looking injured for sure. You cut a big swath underneath his jaw, spilling blood, like oddly purple blood, for a boar. Anything else?
That's not normal. I think with that, because I can move still too, right?
You can. Yep.
I will just take a 5-foot step this way.
Yeah, that's not gonna prompt an opportunity attack or anything.
I gotta select myself now. There we go.
Okay, you reposition after dealing a really nice blow, and it's his turn now. He is going to he's gonna swing his tusks at you. He rolls a 19, which I believe hits you.
Yeah, it does.
You take 8 bludgeoning damage, and then he's going to stomp you. He rolls a 16, which is that meets your AC. Okay,
Yep.
you take 5 more bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone.
Ugh. Wait, how do I?
If you right click on your token, it will expand your hit points and stuff. Your hit points are in the green bar underneath, and you can use minus and plus symbols to do the math.
Right.
And then at the end of the round, he is going to do something strange. Let's see, within 40 feet. I believe that's everybody. It's gonna target, and he's going to roar again. And this time, the discordant, unnatural nature of the roar affects your minds. I need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom?
Come on.
Where's wisdom? Why can I not see it? Where do you go? Save?
If you
save
save.
Wisdom. And
no.
then Rue will
no.
need to also
Oh,
roll
no.
his wisdom.
I'm just gonna go in my mind, Kyrah, help!
Okay. Interesting. All right, Magus. Your mind is overwhelmed with darkness and confusion. You will not move or take actions this turn. Theo, you feel your brains being scrambled like your eggs this morning.
Owie.
But you're able to shake it off, and you are unaffected.
Oh, dang.
Wow, by 1.
By 1.
And I have a +3.
You guys don't even know what you were rolling for. All right. Back up the top of the round. Theo, your mind clear, your target in sight, your finger on the trigger. What do you do?
I shoot that feller.
Yes. That hits 15 damage. Jeez.
He is a damage dealer.
Oh my god. He is bloodied. Absolutely. There are just holes just peppering this guy, and blood is just streaming onto the field below. Anything else?
No, I think that's about all I can do.
He is going to take a legendary action.
Oh
my.
shit.
Oh no.
And Falben, you see his face turn over to you.
Great.
Snorts, and he's going to charge you. He's going to charge you. Unfortunately, his charge distance is not far enough to make a certain attack, but he's still going to try to hit you with his tusks.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You are prone, so it'll be disadvantaged, but you do.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
How do I set disadvantage?
You can, if you roll it and then hit the minus sign to the left of the attack number, that will change it to disadvantage.
Okay.
Also, am I wrong about that? Is prone, does that give you disadvantage on outgoing attacks? I know it gives you advantage people attacking you.
I don't know.
Let me double check that, because I want to make sure. Actually, both of those hit, but let's confirm that later. You slash
Well,
at his feet for 11.
You have advantage on attack rolls.
Yeah, and I'm using my Sentinel to stop him in his tracks.
Okay. Okay. So he starts. Oh, Falben, he's coming for you. He was gonna knock you out. Absolutely. He was gonna hit, and he did a lot of damage. So
Just like a
Shade,
snarl.
tell me how you enact this first very important Sentinel attack.
It's like he gets knocked down, the boar turns to charge, and with a snarl, he just like whips the glaive around two-handed and just like catches its front leg and like jerks it off balance.
Yes. And he,
Ripping away a chunk of its flesh.
drops to a knee and like loses all concentration on that charge. He turns back to you. Amazing. Really, really good. You are prone though, and he has his bonus action left. He's gonna stomp you. And this will be at advantage.
Wait, did he use a legendary action to make it his turn or something? Is that what happened?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Or sorry. I am so wrong. He can only use a legendary action to do an action, which he's done. So you're fine. You were gonna die though. All right. We're over to Magus. A
glaring match between.
Yeah. You guys are aggroing really well. Let's see. Okay. Magus, roll me a d10, please.
Okay.
As your mind is still swimming.
Oh no!
Okay, you are to use all of your movement to move in a random direction. I need you to roll a d8.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna assign north as 1, northeast as 2, east as 3, and so on. In a clockwise manner. 8. You are gonna go.
Lair.
You are gonna go 11 o'clock. So you're gonna go diagonally up and left. All your movement. So it's 10 feet to get down from that ledge, and then you have 20 more feet. And you also will not take an action this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, please, let's see. Do you get a wisdom save? At the end of your turn,
My turn.
you should have gotten one last turn, and I didn't prompt you for it. So please roll that, and if you pass, then
Well, didn't he use the legendary action to like skip turns?
No, like this is my first turn since I was frightened.
no, last turn you couldn't take actions.
No, it's that's what this turn is.
I got confused. So that's what this turn is. You are not taking an action. That's
Yep.
it.
I just have to move.
All right, Falben. This boar very nearly took you out, but changed his mind at the last second. What do you do?
Oh, sorry. Like, could you set it back to my turn? I can't move if it's not my turn.
Oh yeah, go for it.
And where's my movement speed? Oh yeah, there it is. 30 feet. Cool.
Should be 30 feet. Yep. Did you move? I didn't see your token move at all.
Yeah, like I'm.
Well, why are you...
This is all difficult terrain.
Not all of it.
It's all the corpses on the ground.
Yeah, like I'm having a hard time. Like,
Well, where you are is where you started.
yeah.
So just stay there.
So when I'm moving one, so like that's
So no,
saying,
you're not moving because the effect that you're currently under is just you don't do anything. I accidentally skipped to the next effect.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Phew.
you're fine. You're fine.
But I get to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of my turn.
Yeah. So you can do that now.
Okay. A bit better this time, please.
Still not a pass.
No.
Oh god.
Falben.
All right. Well, I am bound and determined that this boar will know my dagger. So I'm gonna throw my dagger at it again while it's busy with Shade and go for a sneak attack combo.
Okay. That's a hit. 7 base damage. Go ahead and roll that sneak attack damage. Total of 12 damage. Nice. With a basic dagger. Isn't that great?
It is. And so the dagger goes in, and what's strange about it is it vanishes and returns to me.
Yes. Yeah, dude. All right. Bonus action. Anything?
No, I'm gonna just move 5 feet away. Sorry, Shade.
All right. Javon knocks another arrow, and he's determined to take this thing down himself. He rolls a 12, misses. Damn. Rue, it is Rue's turn.
I'm gonna have Rue do a little.
Actually,
range.
before Rue goes, the boar's gonna use another legendary action. And Falben, he senses your fear, and he's gonna turn and charge at you. Shade, if you want to, can you do a sentinel every turn?
No.
No?
And I already used my reaction because I used my bow.
Yes, opportunity attack is a reaction. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna charge at you, and here comes the tusks. He nat ones. He misses. He is frustrated. He's going to throw a stomp at you. He rolls an 8. He can't hit. Sorry, Rue.
Should I roll another, or should we use that?
What did you roll last time? Go ahead and roll another. I'll give you that. That just hits. Rue throws just a flurry of metal spikes, doing 5 damage. This thing is pretty close to death. Shade, you are prone on the ground, blood on your glaive, blood in your mouth. What do you do?
What is it? Half movement to stand?
Half movement to stand.
He will stand, and he'll take 5 feet to get within range and glaive this dude.
That's a hit. And you feel your glaive cut deep. And like your toe beans. I don't know if you have toe beans or fingers.
Yeah.
They're very sensitive. You can feel the tendons and sinews as the blade cuts through, and you can tell this is a killing blow. But when it's supposed to die, it turns and looks at you and almost laughs in your face, and it is reduced to 1 hit point.
Well, crap.
And it is going to take its last legendary action to turn and tusk at you one more time.
Oh, no.
I scream in its face as it does.
It's 16.
16 meets my AC.
You take 14 bludgeoning damage, and you are downed.
I'm down.
You are prone. It still has a stomp. It's going to go for the stomp.
Oh, rude.
It has advantage on this.
Wait, does it get if it's legendary action, does it only gets one action?
You're right. I keep forgetting it's not its actual turn. You thank your lucky stars.
He wants your blood so bad.
You thank your lucky. Actually, its turn is right after you.
Yeah, I'm toast.
Yeah. So it's gonna get its full turn, and it's gonna do the tusk attack at advantage. That's a 24 to hit. It does 14 damage.
Yep, I am toast.
So that's an automatic 2. That's an automatic 2 death saves failed for you.
Where am I tracking death save?
Okay. So if you open up your character sheet on your avatar, you'll see there's now like a red overlay. You can roll death saves, or you can manually enter in the successes or failures. So go ahead and manually type in 2 for failures. If you take one more failure,
I don't see anything for death saves though.
is your character sheet fully open?
I think so.
Are you seeing your avatar with like a red overlay over it?
Is that the top? No, that's exhaustion. Yeah, I see it. Where's my... I got rests, I got hit dice, I got inspiration, I got exhaustion.
I can't say for sure what you're seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and enter that in, and we'll figure it out later.
Okay, that works.
It's gonna come down with a stomp though. That is also at advantage. It crits. Shade, you are full of holes. Your white and black fur now runs mostly red. Your vision remains for just long enough to see this hoof about the size of a table come down and just crush your entire rib cage, and you are punched into the ground, and your lights go out. Shade is dead. And the boar just roars in glee. Theo.
What?
No!
Well, it's fun, guys.
I will avenge you! Die!
That's a crit fail.
God! I can't even avenge Shade. What use am I?
It's out of legendary actions, so Magus, roll another d10. You can move and act normally. Your mind clears. Focus spells itself out in front of you.
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Roasted.
Yeah. So, yeah, select this guy. Yep. So let's see. Feet, 30 feet. All right, I think this gets me close enough.
Okay.
I'm going to clamber down, and I'm going to target this guy, and I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
Because that's a 15-foot cone. I think it catches him.
Yeah, so if you cast a spell, it'll let you place the template onto the map.
Yeah, this is interesting on how... Yeah, cast a spell. I'm gonna cast it like this.
Yes.
Right the spot.
Okay, he needs to roll a dex save, right?
Yep.
He passes, but that's a half damage, right?
Damage.
He's only at 1 health. He goes down. Your burning hands, you touch your thumbs together and stretch your fingers out, and flame just erupts from your fingertips, forming a blanket over the ground. Shade, you're too dead to feel the heat passing so close to your body. Magus, the crushed spike trap that our hero Taneus so bravely built is lit on fire, and the great boar just writhes and screams, and eventually, with the smell of bacon, falls to the ground, and it is dead. And we will go out of combat.
Well,
Like, I'm running over to Shade's. Like, is he obviously? Well, I can't do medicine.
There's
Like-
a huge hoof stomp through his rib cage. I'm pretty sure he's obviously dead.
I don't think we can bandage that.
Anybody, come on.
I guess
I would say if I'm allowed to do one little RP, you would notice that his glaive is clutched firmly in his right arm. Like his grip is just frozen around it.
Oh man. Yeah, you guys, the forest quiets, and there's this hulking form just riddled with blood and arrows and spears, and beside it the just obliterated form of Shade lays about 3 inches into the ground.
Or Shade.
Are we still in combat?
No, we are out of combat. Sorry, you can now move.
Shade, I have milk.
I need to just think for a moment, so please talk amongst yourselves.
I'm
I
dead,
can get a
so I'm not
bowl.
going to be seeing it.
Oh, cat!
For 10 years.
You were a good cat.
For 10 years. Nobody cares about you.
You're the chaotic
Not
neutral there.
Shade.
I'm.
For Shade.
Oh no.
Come back, Shade.
As you guys are mourning, poor Shade and Taneus, I guess you guys.
I guess.
Forget about Taneus.
Actually, this isn't the music I wanted to use. You see the boar's muscles twitch.
Sword is out.
There's a twitch, and you think you see dust scatter in front of its nostril. Bright purple blood pumps through out of the holes, the wounds in its skin. Its red eyes before roll back over, and they are just the sickly purple. And you hear a voice, and it says this.
Your sins cannot be atoned. An ancient power sleeps in the heart of Thylia, and when it awakens, the age of Mytros will come to an end. Just as my broken body fails to ruin and decay, so too all mortal things will come to death and darkness. No prophecy will save you.
And then, as soon as it's finished speaking, the eyes go back, the bleeding stops, and it falls limp again. It seems like this time it's fully dead.
Well, that was weird.
Anyway,
Theo,
what you doing?
Do you know anything about medicine? Is there anything you can do for this poor dead cat?
Kyrah?
Kyrah's in tears. Kyrah says, I just knew that he would make it, and he was... I loved him equally to all of you. Precisely, exactly the same. And I would be crying these same tears for any... She's trying to be sincere. But she's kneeled down with all of you and just has a hand on his shoulder and says, we are not done. We have work yet to do. This is not finished. We will honor him. We will take him with us, but we still have work to do. Are you prepared?
For Shade.
I'm still thinking through my words for the oracle, but yes.
She says, this must be offered a sacrifice to the gods. It's not my choice. It is up to you as a group. This is the way of things in Thylia. And it will be a great offense to both the gods and the people of Mytros if this beast did not die as a proper offering. Whichever god receives this sacrifice will grow in power as a result. Javon, please collect wood. And he goes off and starts collecting firewood and starts to build, pile wood around this beast. Just you must decide who to sacrifice to. And I'm gonna try to show you. Oh, sorry, don't look at that. That's secret. I can tell you your options. Your options are the 5, which include Kyrah, Vulcan, Mytros, Pythor, and Valus. There is also the Twin Titans, Sydon and Lutheria. And then the Elder Titans of this world, Thylia herself, and Kentamane the 100-handed.
Magus, you seem a scholar. What know you?
I mean, I'm well versed with all the gods. I would physically I would have not to the Titans, and I would physically oppose anyone who would do so.
Kyrah nods to that.
In the spirit of sacrifice, I say that we dedicate this to Mytros.
Alright, I guess that one's as good as any.
I agree.
Me
Okay.
too.
Oh, too bad. No one asked.
Shade's
Kyrah looks pleased. She says, Mytros is the best. She's the best. She's protected the city and me and Magus, you, for years. Worthy choice. A worthy choice.
I do not need her gaze. I'm not pointedly not looking at her.
Okay, gotcha. She has you move Shade away from the body of the boar, and she says, if anyone would like to do the honors of lighting this filth aflame.
I would be happy to dispose of it.
Cool. With a snap of your finger, you create a bonfire, and it quickly lights the dry splintered wood, and in but a few moments, the circle of wood is lit, and the boar begins to crackle and burn. You guys wait for like an hour. Magus, you probably know enough about the worship of Mytros to assist in the ritual.
Yeah, I'm proficient in religion.
Actually, yeah. If you want to give me a roll a religion check.
Oh no, I'm just good at it.
Okay, you're just good at it.
I can make the roll.
I'm fine with that.
Do you want me to make the roll or not?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so after about an hour of this, the boar, the power of the ritual seems to accelerate the sacrificial process, and after an hour, it is consumed to ash, which normally would have taken like a full day at least. And as the last flame goes out and is exchanged with a thin wisp of smoke, there is a beacon of golden light, radiant light, that just parts the clouds, literally just punches a hole through the clouds, and it's like 40 feet in diameter and just showers down over all of you. You feel warmth, you feel protection, you feel safety, you've never felt this before. This is the divine touch of the god Mytros herself. And you are all granted a boon. You all gain a charm of heroism, which I will define in more detail later, but charm of heroism. I'll put that in the chat. But you just feel your spirit bolstered and protected. Kyrah smiles. She's been writing this whole time. You see she's drawn a incredible picture of Shade, glaive in hand, thrusting what should have been the killing blow into this wretched beast. And she says, "This one's going to make a great story. I'm ashamed. I'm sad that he probably won't hear it. But it's going to get the people on their feet, I tell you what. Well, I suppose we should go. Shade, you've been not really anywhere for about it. I'm not even going to say the amount of time because there's no time. You're just in a void. Like you're waiting for something.
Looking around, I just don't see anything? Is it just like all dark, or is it just all...
You don't see anything. It's dark. But it's like not like you even have eyes to see right now. It's just sense doesn't mean anything. But you feel a cooling breeze on your fur. Your whiskers begin to twitch. And you feel a presence that is comforting, like a presence that feels like home. Feels like something you've spent more time around than the last several weeks combined, like maybe than your whole life. And you hear a whisper, your ears perk up, and you hear Lucos.
What? Who?
You say what in your head, but you know who this is. Lukos. Not yet.
Not yet. What?
Not accustomed to death. That's good. I don't want you to get too comfortable with the feeling.
Is that what this is?
Not yet, it isn't. Now go on. You've got work to do. And that cool breeze, you feel like you're being pulled away from it. Like it's blowing you back. You start to hear the sounds of the forest. You start to smell cooking meat. You hear scribbling on paper. You hear soft sobs. You hear the sound of Rue preening his bronze feathers. And with a snap, your heart starts to beat, and your blue eyes pop open, and you're alive, but barely.
With 1 hit point?
1 hit point and some exhaustion for sure. We'll iron out the details in next session, baby, because we're done.
Yay, I'm not dead.
You're not dead. You only get one of those, my dude, though. And I'm going to say, I didn't make that up. It's okay. I made up the method of it, but you do get one of those in your epic path.
Oof.
You got really killed there.
Yeah,
You got killed hard.
You got killed really hard.
I mean, I got face down the ire of a legendary beast at level 1.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Was there any other a different expected outcome?
Here's the thing. You kept Falben from beefing it. Absolutely. You did exactly what you set out to do. You planned it out. You took the hits for the team, and yeah, you died, but you're back, baby.
Yeah.
You guys all
bacon.
And there's bacon. No, it's all ash. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I think there was one other thing that we needed to cover. Nope, that's it. I hope you guys had fun with that. That was definitely a different sort of combat than I'm used to running. I was thinking of having like minion, like spirit, like little boars, like running around harassing the rest of you, which might have been fun.
More than one of us would have died.
Yes.
Probably.
Would have been a wipe.
Hey, somebody died in my version of this when I played. Yeah. They were kind of your type of character too, like the martial heavy frontline guy.
I mean, that's the role of the tank.
Yep.
It's a crap job at level 1.
You took like how much damage did you take before you went? You had what, 16 HP, I think.
16 HP, and then plus, so you took me all the way down to -16, plus the stomp.
Yep.
So it was almost 40 damage.
Damn. That's 40 damage, not for you other suckers.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, maybe I could like close and go more close range, and then I saw like, and it does 8 damage, and then its first hit. Nope.
Yes.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, we're full range dagger this time.
Yeah.
Backing up.
Looked at my measly 10 health and then said, nope.
Yeah.
Oh, man. GG, guys. GG. I guess you'll want to know what you've looted, because there's loot in them there hills. There's a little chest over in the...
It's uninjured.
And it's an uninjured chest. And actually,
injure it?
most of you should be able to open the chest and physically loot it.
What?
So
What?
Magus, I'm not sure it's showing your character's permission on there, but I will just tell you what is in there for you regardless. So in the chest, you find...
Shade undead enough to do this, or is he just
you can like order order Javon to go and like pick you out something nice. But can everybody see inside the loot pile?
I can. Is this unique, or is this everybody?
It's everybody. So if you take something, it goes away. There are a few that have more than one. So like there's 2 torches in there. There's 2 ropes.
There's a split currency button. That's cool.
Yeah, and actually you can split the currency evenly between characters, which is awesome too.
I can't see in it, so...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So there is there's a first level spell scroll. And I don't remember what I picked for you. It was one of the ones you suggested a while ago.
Okay, well, I mean, we're going to have to hash this out later.
We'll hash it out later, but there's a level 1 spell scroll inside. So you can add that to your inventory, and I'll just delete it out of here. But yeah, otherwise there's a silvered spear, a quarterstaff, a bullseye lantern, which is like a lantern that is like long range, like it's a cone. 2 silk ropes, 50 feet long, 2 pythons, and 2 torches. So, and then like 39 gold, something like that.
39 gold, 40 silver, and 32 copper.
Yeah.
So each would get 9 gold, 10 silver, and 8 copper. So Gray, if you want to add that amount of currency to your sheet.
What happens if I just click split currency?
Well,
it split it between everybody. Oh, and Kyrah, it gave some to...
Hey!
Wait, no. No, who did it give it to? It gave it to GM test player.
GM test player?
Getting a cut for yourself, I see.
But if it's splitting to one other person besides you 3, that evens it out for whatever I'm getting.
Oh, yeah, I'll just tell you how much GM test player is getting, and you can have his. He's got 9 gold, 10 silver, and 8 copper. Good old GM test player. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure what time we were going to try to finish, but I felt like around 11 would probably be good.
That's probably as late as I can go.
Yeah.
Typically.
But this felt like a good stopping point. Awesome. Well, do you guys have any comments or concerns? Anything you liked, anything you didn't like?
I think it was a good first session.
Yeah.
I think so too. And
awesome.
I died.
And you died.
Yeah. And that guy's dead over there.
You guys had some really entertaining like inter-party banter at the tavern, and it was lovely to just like sit back and like let you guys do that. That's the one thing DMs really want to do, is just sit back and listen to their players talk to each other. So thank you for that. Thank you all for your hard work, for showing up, for just your super great character concepts. I'm so excited. I love how different they are from each other, all of them. But I think it's going to be a great fusion. So yeah, awesome. Well, we'll hash whatever else is needed out during the week. Does next Tuesday work for everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Works for me.
Okay, awesome. I will be ready for same time, same place. And yeah, if you want to talk about anything, let me know. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much, really.
I should also point out that this loot pile has a biography. Although it's
Tell us
it's blank.
Tell us your story, loot pile. So it's basically an NPC character sheet that's like customized to hold loot. So it's a little funky, but
and it's always been my dream to one day become a whore.
One day become a mimic.
Oh my god. All right, well, get ready for another action-packed session next time.
Wow.
And it won't be just one dude you're wailing on, so it'll be different in that way at least. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you next time.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, don't forget to share the YouTube link.
Yeah, share, like, subscribe.
I will. Yeah. Sacrifice that bell. Pray to that like button. Support your local DM. And y'all have a good night. Thank you.
You too.